So the He-Man fans, the fans of pop culture, are not letting up on Kevin Smith, and you can just see it in the way that he is acting, in the way that he is talking, that he is just defeated, that he is just fed up with this stuff, and he is just going to say whatever he has to say to shut the fans up. Let's check it out. If you are also tired of people like Kevin Smith and people like Disney, all these other big studios ruining pop culture, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I try to post multiple videos on this channel every single day. Let's get into the video. So like I said, Kevin Smith is pretty much defeated. You can just see it in the way that he's acting. You could see it in the way that other people around him are acting when he does those interviews, when he does those live streams on YouTube, and you can just see it in the way that the fans of his YouTube channel are reacting to his YouTube videos, are reacting to his live streams, compared to people like other people in the YouTube space, people like Nerd, all these other people who are doing live streams about the same thing. Just look at how they are reacting to Kevin Smith versus how they're reacting to Nerd and Yellow Flash and all of these other people who are talking about the same thing. And you can kind of see on Twitter that Kevin Smith is kind of moved on from Masters of the Universe. He's kind of moved on to promoting Clerks 3 now. He's mentioning it every once in a while, but the last few days he's been nonstop tweeting about Masters of the Universe, and now all of a sudden he's only tweeting about Clerks 3. He's moved on. He's done with the Netflix stuff. He's done with all the backlash. I think he's realized that he messed up. I think he realized that they might not even be making a part 2 to this Masters of the Universe thing because of the backlash, because of how horrible the backlash was to this, because of the Rotten Tomatoes score that they're claiming was apparently review bombed, and apparently it was bots that did it, and Kevin Smith himself strongly insinuated that it was bots that's doing it. And then he goes on to say that he's not saying it was bots, he's just strongly insinuating it is and retweeting articles that are saying that he's review bombed, that are saying that it's bots doing it. But let's check out what I'm talking about. Let's check out why Kevin Smith is so defeated. Why is he acting this way that he is acting? Well, if you look at this live stream right here that we talked about a couple of days ago, or maybe even yesterday, as you can see, Kevin Smith, this was the live stream that he did for the launch of He-Man Beyond Revelation. I don't know why he even called this He-Man Beyond, because the show is definitely not a He-Man show, and you can even see that in the title of the show. It doesn't even have He-Man in the title of the show. It's very strange what's going on here. It's very strange that Kevin Smith, someone who claims to be one of us, one of the fans, would pull that bait and switch that we all hate. But as you can see, this ratio is pretty bad, and he turned off the live chat replay right here. As you can see, there is nothing in the chat replay because he turned that off. I'm surprised he didn't turn off the likes to dislike ratio yet, because it's pretty bad, man. Yesterday when I checked, it was at 10K dislikes. Now it's at 12K dislikes, and it is just not looking good. But if we look at the comments, they're even worse. There's no positive comments in here, man. And at some point I kind of feel bad, but you have to be held accountable for your decisions, and he made very bad decisions when it comes to this show and also the marketing of this show. If he just didn't lie, if he just didn't go after people for a year and a half for saying exactly what was going to happen in the show, if he didn't attack Clownfish TV for saying exactly what was going to happen in the show. And I'll show you something very hilarious in 1 second right here from this Variety article. I'll talk about this in 1 second, but the voice actor for Tila says something that is so hilarious that I'll show you in 1 minute. Let's take a look at some of these comments real quick. This guy says, Kevin Smith, the negativity is irrelevant, so let's talk about that issue for half an hour. Exactly. In this live stream, he mentions the fact that Netflix told him that the negativity surrounding his show doesn't really matter because Netflix has 210 million subscribers and all of this stuff, which is true for Netflix. Netflix isn't worried because they're not going to lose 200 million subscribers off of his show doing really badly, but his show is not going to perform well. His show is not going to get a lot of watches for Netflix. While Netflix will be fine, Kevin Smith's show will not be. And then also he contradicts himself by exactly talking about this for half an hour. He literally talked about the negativity instead of talking about his show for half an hour, even mentioned Clownfish TV by name. If you don't like something, kids, don't talk about it. Really peak irony, Kevin. Exactly. He literally, like I just said, talked about the negativity for half an hour, and he's saying that if you don't like something, don't like it. He also said that in this live stream. It is very much ironic. Kevin Smith, the negativity doesn't matter, right? And Rian Johnson is getting a Star Wars trilogy. That's pretty funny. It doesn't matter what fans think. This is extremely sad, Kevin. Extremely sad. It really is, man, because how are you going to go out and say that it doesn't matter what fans think, even if it's Netflix telling you that? How are you going to go out and say that on a live stream on a YouTube channel that is built around you being one of us? This YouTube channel, Kevin Smith's whole personality, his whole persona, the reason why people like Kevin Smith, the reason why he's doing stuff like Masters of the Universe, and apparently He-Man Masters of the Universe, according to Kevin Smith, but it's not really He-Man. Whatever, you get the point. Kevin Smith, the reason why he has this big following is because he always claimed, he always put off this persona, put off this vibe that he was one of us, that he is one of the fans, and then he's going to go out and say that it doesn't matter what fans think. It's just so hypocritical. It's so ironic, and it just proves that Kevin Smith is kind of a fraud. I don't know if he's always been a fraud, but he definitely is a fraud now. He's definitely not one of us, and it's just sad, man. It hurts, but at the same time, like I said, you have to be held accountable for your bad decisions. Also, it's funny how he needs to defend his awesome show. I've never seen someone needing to defend something so voraciously. That is very true. Why are you defending this show so hard? Why are you going so hard against the backlash of the show if the negativity doesn't matter? If the show is truly awesome, why did you feel the need to lie about it for so long on social media so many times? Why did you feel so self-conscious, so insecure about your show? Like I've said, this reminds me of the James Mangold Indiana Jones 5 situation. Why are you lying so hard about this show? Why are you going after fans so hard on the show that they're not even tagging you on Twitter? You're simply going to seek these people out and finding them and disproving the things that they're saying. When you're disproving them based on a lie, you're straight up lying to everyone's faces, and then the show comes out and you're revealed to be a liar, and you continue to not apologize. You continue to say that you were telling the truth, that this is truly He-Man's show, when he dies in the very first episode of the show. This is all so sad. It's so sad that the fans have to do this to get their point across. It's so sad that they have to go out and make someone feel defeated like Kevin Smith did, because Clownfish TV mentioned it, but in this stream that he did right here, it just felt like a wake for He-Man. It felt like a wake for Masters of the Universe. It didn't feel like a celebration. Apparently this is supposed to be a celebration stream for Masters of the Universe, and it just felt like a wake. Like Clownfish said, it just felt like the whole vibe of the show was very low, was very off, and I don't like seeing Kevin Smith like that. I don't want the guy to suffer mentally because of this whole thing, but at the same time, we have to be able to stand up and make a point whenever things like this happen, whenever directors or showrunners or producers, writers, whatever they are, whenever they lie to us, we have to be able to stand up and say, that is wrong. Pulling this bait and switch stuff, saying that the show is going to be about He-Man and making it about everyone but He-Man, and making all of these women that are supposed to look like women look like men and disguised as women, doing all of this stuff is not what we want, and we have to be able to show everyone somehow, some way, that this isn't what we want. And this is the only way that we really know of. We don't really have a voice in Hollywood. It's all of these woke people in Hollywood. We don't have the ability to talk to these people and tell them this, so we have to do stuff like this, and I hope it doesn't affect him too much mentally. That's not my goal. I don't think that's anyone's goal. We just want to see good pop culture stuff. But let's check out this article from Variety talking about Sarah Michelle Gellar, who plays Teela in Masters of the Universe Revelation. She says, I thought it'd be a very small role because just looking at He-Man, I didn't even necessarily remember her. Then I started reading the scripts and I was like, oh, she's the show. How do you think Sarah Michelle Gellar felt whenever Kevin Smith was lying for a year and a half, saying that this wasn't Teela's show? Do you think that he felt a little bit insecure? Do you think that Sarah Michelle Gellar felt that Kevin Smith felt a little bit insecure about Teela being the lead for the show, about Teela being the main character for the show? Do you think that she felt good about Kevin Smith having to lie about that because he knows that it's not going to look good in the fandom? I don't think so. I think that made Sarah Michelle Gellar probably feel some type of way about this show, and I don't think it was a good way. I think that probably hurt the way Sarah Michelle Gellar felt about the character of Teela, and it definitely hurt the overall performance of this Masters of the Universe show. It definitely hurt the overall career of Kevin Smith. Who knows what Clerks 3 is going to do, man? That movie might really bomb. We'll see how that performs. I don't think it's going to be anything good at all. I really feel bad for him, but at the same time, like I said, gotta make a stand, gotta show everyone that we do not want stuff like this happening, that we won't accept this happening. It's not that we don't want it to happen, it's that we will not accept it happening over and over again. We are tired of this happening. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. What do you think about Kevin Smith being completely defeated by his own fans, by the people that he claimed to be a part of? He claimed to be one of us, and now we're all going after him. At some point, I think that if you're Kevin Smith, you have to realize, you have to sit back and think that maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have done what I did. Maybe I shouldn't have lied, and maybe I shouldn't have pulled the bait and switch in the first place. But at the same time, I hope the guy is not struggling mentally. I don't want to do that to him. I hope that no one else wants to do that to him either. I think that we're just out here trying to make a point. We're trying to show everyone, not just Kevin Smith, but the entirety of pop culture, that we don't want this stuff happening anymore, that we are tired of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter or join the Discord, both those links will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching the video. Hope to see you in the next one.